Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, I'm your hostess. I'm working on the Toddler quilt that I have put off for over a year. And we're going to get this thing quilted one way or another. And I'm using a multicolored thread that is a quilting thread. I do have a needle threader here, although I probably won't need it. I'm using crewel embroidery needles because they're a little longer and I can handle it. I've got my thread picker here in case I need it. My scissors are here. My pin cushion is here. And my thimble. And I haven't picked all the threads out from when I pulled the other backing off, but I will get that done by the time this quilt is finished. And I am working, trying to get these 3 layers put together. And I'm not a professional, y'all. This is just a hobby of mine. I am nowhere near being a professional. But hand quilting, a lot of prayers I'm pretty sure have gone into quilts that women have made over the years for the person that would be receiving that quilt. This particular quilt happens to be for my grandson. And like I said, I'm not the best at hand sewing. And my lines probably won't be straight. I don't do fancy quilting. I do the basic straight line quilting, and then I go one direction, then I'll come back and do it the other direction. Or I may just leave it one direction. But the idea is to quilt these together so that they don't come apart. And I'm putting my hand underneath so I can put this through without catching my runners that are padded, because I'm trying to get as close to the edge as I can. And I do have this pin pretty tight. I pre-washed my backing. It's a Waverly cotton, 100% cotton. And my row is already not straight, y'all. I may have to come back in here with a washable pen and a ruler and mark my rows so I can get them a little more straight. But even with the defects in my hand sewing skills, I'm sure this quilt will be cherished and loved as much as I love making it. This is almost a dying art. I thought for sure, back in the 80s that it had pretty much died out. But apparently women are still quilting, thank God. It's one way to use up fabric and make it usable or a useful item. Now, when I thread my needle, I pull out about 2 yards of thread, and I take both strands and I knot it at the end so that it is a little stronger. And this thread is looking almost like a silver thread running through. This is good practice for anybody that wants to learn how to do the hand stitching. I'm in a spot where I can actually do it from the top on this quilt. But the idea is to get the backing to lay flat, the top to lay flat, and the filler material in or the batting in the middle to be flat as well. And it will pucker over time as it's washed a little bit. But I'm using all natural fabrics. I've got all my quilting fabrics are cotton. My batting's cotton and my backing is cotton. And you're probably going to see me doing this several times until I get it finished. Just because I have got to really concentrate on getting this done. And I'm going to try to spend the majority of the day today doing this. And hopefully my rows will get a little better as I go along. This is just a straight running stitch that I'm doing. And it is my first time quilting on this frame, or any quilting frame for that matter. So this is all new to me. I've done some reading. I've got plenty of quilting books that I've read up on how to do this, and you know, just trying to get the basics down. And we're coming to the end of this row and probably the end of this video for today. I'm hoping that this will inspire some of you ladies to try quilting yourself. The quilt top is the easiest part, you know, coming up with a pattern that you like, and I did a crumb pattern with embroidered quilt blocks, because I know that I cannot match corners on my quilting as much as I try. And this is just the easiest way for me to do a quilt. And the purpose of it is for it to be warm and for my grandson to really enjoy it. And I'm at the end. And this one I cannot right here on top because it's going to be right on the edge where the seam binding will go on. But I'm going to try to do most of my knots hidden or on the back. Excuse me. May you be fully blessed, because you are a blessing. You are loved from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. If no one has told you before, you've heard it now. Have a great day, everybody.